Good morning. Heading off for Pha Ngern, about a 3-hour hike somewhere over that way. So we'll see how it goes. 35% chance of rain. We'll see. Dude, epic. Hey there. Not just 5 minutes into this climb, and it's kind of steepish, but it's all stones and rocks, steps, so everything is copacetic. As we take some of the first few bends, and we'll have stuff like that for much of this first part. So this is Pha Ngern, and it's supposed to be at an hour and a half to one way and about 3 hours round trip. While I had saved my trusty dusty stick for subsequent treks at my first hostel, they either threw it away or burned it, or some other traveler found it and is now using it as his or her stability stick, hiking stick. So far, no real need to use it. I'm starting about an hour later than I did for the wet and muddy trek to Nam Zai, but it's still only about 73 degrees right now. There's a small possibility of rain, so gotta keep that in mind as well. But I'll be sure to keep my eye out for the next hiking stick calling my name. See you soon. Peace! I'm at one of the faults semi-summits. When I read up on this, it says there's a few of these. This is just a lookout. But what's fascinating is I come down and look down at the heart here, and there's some caves in here. If I were skinny enough to squeeze through this, that would be a cool little spelunking. You can see some of the stalactites or stalagmites. I don't know which they are because some come from the ground, some come from the ceiling. Look, these are the ones that are coming from the ceiling. And I don't know how big the cave is, but it goes down quite a ways, and I don't think there's any real footholds, so I'll try that adventure later. There's some other caves not far from here, but you got to go back down and then take another route to get there. There's no direct way there, I don't think. So I'm going to continue up this way. It's not nearly as difficult as I thought. It's just a lot of great stone steps, and what I had read is it's unmarked, which it is. It's only marked in Lao. So if you're conversant in Lao, then the few signs that there are, but it's pretty straightforward. I mean, not nearly so far difficult as I thought it was going to be. I'm up about 500 feet, or about 200 meters or so, close to, and I haven't really needed to use a stick. I haven't been able to find a decent one either, but I'm really surprised. This is a lot easier, at least to the first silver cliff, a lot easier than I thought. The second trek, or second part of this to the second summit, might add another 40 minutes to this trip, but I think I'm close, and I've been better off with hands free so that I can grab onto some stones or whatever, especially this last bit that I just came up. Right down there behind me is the other side of that very protected cave, that if you got stuck here, you could easily hang out here for a night or two if you had to wait for help, or if you had to just get out of really terrible weather. I'm up about 700 feet right now, and you can hear how quiet it is. Cindy, Mossman, this is for you. I met Cindy in 2000 hiking through the hills of New Zealand, and she was a stickler for moss. And I've learned to have a great appreciation for those and other lichen. I like a lot of lichen. underrated vegetation like mushrooms. Not the cybacillins, but the cybacillins are good too, but the mushrooms that are the communicators of all plant life. And they're yummy too. At 314 meters, it was a great little trek. I'm just walking along this outer little platform, checking out the rest of the views. Oh, the breeze is really picking up now. So even in the rain, this wouldn't be too bad to do. It wouldn't be as slippery as my trek 2 days ago to Nam Zai, because again, the rocks are flat. The rocks are flat, and if not, they're jagged and they're easy for your sneakers to grab a hold of. So it's really ideal kind of hike. I kept, again, the negativity voices in my head kept talking me out of it, or saying it's gonna be too wet, it's gonna be just fucking do it. That used to be my motto long before Nike came up with it. Just fucking do it. You know, when you're kids, especially when you're the youngest, it's like you say to your older brother or whatever, why do I have to, you get a slap in the back of the head, just fucking do it, you know? Dad said to do it, but he told you, just fucking do it, you know? So it's just like, you learn very young to just get shit done and not to second guess too often, unless it's something real heinous. Up here, I don't know where they got into this habit of putting buggies and planes. I guess the other side has a plane up at the top. The story goes that someone was flying above here in this contraption and their motor gave out. The bodies still haven't been found. I thought the plane was at the peak that I was going to. I thought it was the plane was first and this was second, but maybe I just misread the information. Unless I inadvertently went to the highest peak first. I'll check my notes, but I thought I was going to the plane first. We'll figure it out. As always, a work in progress. Made it to the first site. This is Silver Cliff. It's at 1,031 feet, or approximately 314 meters, here in Pha Ngern, the lower of the two peaks. It took me about 70 minutes to get up here, which is about 30 minutes longer than most people. As yesterday, I'm the only one up here. The sun peeked out just for a second, and I'm not begrudging that. It's still not quite 75 degrees yet. Slight breeze up here, beautiful. I was surprised that it's more shaded. It's cooler than I thought it was going to be. I think the second part of this, the other lookout, is the one that's more exposed to the sun, which is why you want to do it earlier. This one had a lot of shade. It had the cool rocks, the roots, the earth, a lot of moisture around you to keep the air cool. No wind could get through, or at least where I was, so at least this time of day. However, it was a perfect kind of hike. It's just gradual up, and if you love looking at moss, hey Cindy, or if you just love meditating for 20 minutes here or there, it's a great place to be. I'm guessing in high season, locals will come up here and sell their wares because they've built a couple of little comfy little tables. And they're awesome because look at, you don't bang your knees every time you get in one of these fucking things. Usually in this part of the world, they're used to sitting on the floor and all that. So when they make a table or a chair, you end up banging your knees way the fuck down here because that's where the table bars go. I love this. If I were like 7 foot tall, I could still, you know, spin. I could do my spinning exercises while I'm at this table. So I have some of these nuts, and I have some of these nuts. And I got some gummy, and then I got, these are surprisingly really, really fucking good. They're like chocolate cream filled cookies. They're called chocolate chips cookies. And they're soft, and you can just shovel 3 of them down, and they're really, really good. Anywho, a little snacky with these nuts. And I think I gotta go back down part of the way and then take a left at Albuquerque to get to the other site. It says on Googly Maps, 19 minutes. Everything else is said about 20 to 30 minutes to get there. So we'll see. Thinking I was gonna do this trip 2 days ago. And then again yesterday. I packed and pre-packed change of clothes in a plastic bag. Those goggles are for the lagoon or swimming had I gone to the other trek. Sweater, foodstuffs, a mix of veggie and orange juice, extra pair of socks, and I've got my chancletas in here, or my flip-flops in English, in case I do get to some water or some pools or rivers that I have to cross. And I try to always be prepared and ready for everything. Keep everything in plastic bags. People always wonder why I have so many fucking plastic bags. Like my mom used to always have Kleenex and plastic bags. Well, I actually need most of mine for shit. The apparatus for my phone is in here with a plastic bag protecting it. Anywho, it's 9:20 and I'm gonna head off to the second part of this trek. It's called Silver Cliff Viewpoint 2. This was Silver Cliff Viewpoint 1 at approximately 1,087 at its peak, 1,087 feet. I'm thinking where you see the sign for 50 meters, which was a fucking long 50 meters, to go to the left up to the Silver Cliff 1. Pitan is the other site that's, I believe, off to the right. So according to my other map, I'm gonna try going this way to the right. If it ends in 5 seconds, I'll be back and try it again. I believe I'm on the right track. This big red arrow is indicating I should follow that way for the Pitan, or the second Silver Cliff lookout. So when I thought I should take a left at Albuquerque, that was a sharp left at Albuquerque and then a right at Santa Fe.
Oh, I've cut the dickens out of my little finger.
And then that happens. This is the part that's a little bit more slippery. Had I had a stick, I could have prevented that, but that prevented me from smashing my big fat melon.
Oh, I've cut the dickens out of my little finger.
Little SNL humor with one of the best scenes from the 70s. Dan Aykroyd playing Julia Childs on SNL back in the late 70s. It's very Monty Python-esque. It's very lowbrow, hilarious slapstick comedy, but it's you won't think it's as funny because it's 50 years old and it was different and something hilarious at that time. I'm running low on water, even lower on energy. Oh, I did finally find a stick. She found me, and it was right after the fall, the great fall of Sean I think I might be smarter if I hit my head. Tapping out. This felled dead tree is my symbol of defeat. Not necessarily. I had another 260 meters left. I just looked around the corner and it's just steeper than fuck. So I'm spent for today. I will try it again. When you come all visit, I'll do it with you all. How about that? For future reference, the buggy, which is up to the left, that 50 meters, I would take the right and go up that way to another 350 meters up, maybe 400 meters up to the tougher peak first. Because if had I done that, I would be tired, but I would probably still be thinking 50 meters is not very far for here. I would have gotten trapped into doing that, but it would have been done and worth it. As it is, mentally, my body, I know going down is worse than coming up because it's been 2 hours or so. And I have more accidents going down than I've ever had going up, except for that cut in the hand. And that happened right after I took a misturn. So off to the left up there, and I thought that's the way the trail went because it went up, but I was wrong. So I got stuck into that mess for an extra 5 minutes and then backtracked and then came down and got on the right trail. But I'm listening to my body. My back is good. My ankles, my knees are good. Well, for the time being, I still got the rest of this to go down. So we'll see. Well, I might not have needed the trusty dusty palito going up this first part of the trail. It definitely is a lifesaver coming down the same trek from the lower Silver Cliff. Again, mentally not as there. You're missing steps or just not there. You're tired. It's been over 3 hours and I'm very close to the end and it's gonna be welcomed, to say the least. Fortunately, about 10 minutes ago, I texted my taxi driver from LOCA. It's like the Uber of this country, Laos. And so he just confirmed that he'll be at the entrance in about 15 minutes, perfect timing. Surprisingly, there is cell connection up here. At one point at the entrance, it said 3G, but I've had full connection all up here around the entire hike that I've checked. I haven't checked every minute, but I've had connection, which is very fabulous. I've seen a few solar panels up here, so where there's solar panels, there's life. Okay. Just a quick note about the breathing method and the yelling method. Just a quick message about the breathing method. Again, you keep it consistent, going up, in and out, very rhythmic. Going down, again, it's not as automatic because sometimes you're holding your breath in anticipation of missing a step or whatever. And again, the mind is not as on point as when you started. So, cafe. Give me some cafe, please. Okay, I'm done. And I'm just a couple minutes late for my driver. So that's pretty considerate, I'd say. I've hiked just over 3.5 hours, I'd say. And I'm done. Cup chai.